Good morning and welcome to our adult story time this morning. Can you believe that this is the last week of 2021? Next week we'll be joining you and will be the first story in the new year. So I hope that you continue to tune in to our story times on Thursday mornings at 9 o'clock throughout 2022 as you're able. Also, if you're having a hard time finding our stories through the feed on our Facebook because you have to scroll so far, you can go to our YouTube page or our website. Both of those will be carrying our story times from now on, and at least until something changes, but we plan to do that throughout 2022 as well. So today's story is the last story that we'll be taking from the book Christmas is Coming, and it was written by Monika Utnik-Strugala. And today's story is entitled For Good Luck. There are lots of curious customs connected with New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Here's what people do around the world to guarantee themselves good luck for the next 12 months. Eat round fruits. In Spain and Italy, it's grapes, exactly 12 of them. Each one will bring a month of good fortune. In the Philippines, it's any kind of fruit as long as it's the right shape. Bang on pots. This is in New Zealand. The louder you bang on the frying pans and saucepans, the better, because the noise scares away the evil spirits. The Japanese do the same thing. At midnight, they ring the church bells 108 times to drive out the old year and release people from their temptations. Because according to the Buddhist religion, as many as 108 temptations prevent us from achieving perfect happiness. Put on clothes of a particular color. In Brazil, you have to dress in white because in that country, white symbolizes purity. Dressed in white, we enter the new year pure and free of all our past burdens. In other South American countries, the color of the clothes you wear on New Year's Eve also has significance. Red underclothes herald love in the year ahead. Yellow ones mean wealth, and blue ones, good health. Light a bonfire. The Scottish New Year celebration known as Hogmanay starts with a great parade. The people taking part in the procession carry flaming firebrands, and then at the city center, they set a fire to a Viking longboat. The Vikings were the sworn enemies who once invaded the Scottish lands. On the dot of midnight, the sky is ablaze with fireworks. The fun goes on until January 2nd, and it's accompanied by numerous concerts. On New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, the Scots love to visit one another's homes. They make sure the first person to cross the threshold is a tall, dark-haired man, because for centuries, those with fair or red hair have been associated with the cruel Vikings. Party in the street. Since 1904, New Yorkers have traditionally gathered at midnight in Times Square, the busiest junction in the city, where the huge, shining Times Square ball is set on top of one of the skyscrapers. When the clock strikes 12, the glittering ball drops several dozen feet, and multicolored confetti showers down on the cheering crowds. Enter the new year together. Or jump into it, literally. In Argentina, just before midnight strikes, the people partying stop dancing, pick up their champagne glasses, and stand on their left foot. As the clock strikes 12, everyone puts his or her left foot down at the same moment. Meanwhile, in Denmark, people stand on chairs, and then everyone jumps off them at the same moment. Break crockery. This is done by the Danes. They're supposed to gain good luck in the new year by smashing old plates, glasses, and bowls outside their friends' doors. They do it on the morning of January 1st. The Greeks smash something too, but it's pomegranates. Paint dolls. The morning of January 1st is special for the Japanese too. On that day, families gather before their household altars and make their wishes for the year ahead. They hold Daruma dolls made of paper mache or wood, which look a bit like the Russian Matryoshka dolls or roly-poly toys. They have no arms or legs, but they have huge heads with empty spaces for painting in the eyes. The person making the wish paints the doll's left eye and then puts it on a shelf. Sometime later, when the wish comes true, The owner of the doll paints in the second eye and so restores it to full vision, which is a way of saying thank you for its help. If the wish is not fulfilled, the Daruma is burned at the temple as a punishment on the next New Year's Day. At the same time, the doll that has made the wish come true is supposed to be burned too. Otherwise, it will then bring bad luck. Waiting for a blessing. Before noon on New Year's Day, the residents of Rome and a vast number of tourists gather in St. Peter's Square to see the Pope, because January 1st is celebrated as the World Day of Peace, established in 1967 by Pope Paul VI. The Pope emerges onto a balcony of St. Peter's Cathedral and delivers an address calling for an end to wars and for good deeds to be done. Then at midnight, he gives the people his best wishes for the new year and ceremonially blesses them. He does it in memory of the night from the year 999 to 1000, when Sylvester II, overjoyed that the predicted end of the world had not occurred, appeared a window of his palace and wished everybody good fortune. And that's our story from today. We'll see you next week when we'll be picking up a new book, new stories. The staff at Alexander Hamilton Memorial Free Library would like to wish you and yours a wonderful new year. We'll see you next week. Until then, as always, stay safe, be healthy, and have a wonderful week.